Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. So today is another episode of League Discussion. This is the series that I take a topic, rip it apart with my own opinions and experiences, and encourage you guys to join in the conversation in the comments section below. And now before we get into today's topic, I just want to make a couple of announcements. The first one is I apologise in this video specifically if I come across quite tired. My eyes literally want to close right now. I've been very busy and I just wanted to make a video because I do feel bad if I don't upload. But then moving on to other announcements, the first one is the 50,000 subscriber giveaway. It will be linked in the description. That is coming to an end very soon, so make sure you get yourself entered. I think by the time this video goes out, I think it has one more day. I might be wrong and it might be have ended already, but I think you're safe for one more day or so. And then also the t-shirts. I haven't really promoted them that well, but there are t-shirts on sale right now. It's basically a red version of my logo and you can get it in different colours. The t-shirt itself, so that again, that'll be linked down below, and that's a day or two left as well. And then the last announcement before we get into it is the inconsistency of content. So yeah, as I said, I'm very tired right now, but I feel bad if I don't get a video up. I really probably shouldn't be recording, but I kind of feel obligated, even though this isn't my job. But I will just say, you know, if there's any inconsistency of uploading, you know, if I miss a day here or it's not an unranked diamond, you know, just bear with me. You know, I don't really have an obligation to upload. This is purely a hobby. But I do take it quite seriously, but you know, I've got to put other priorities in place, and you know, the level-headed people who are watching right now will realise that you know, university is more important, and especially around the festive season, you know, family is more important than anything. So yeah, especially over the next few weeks, if there's, you know, not content every day, now you know why. But the beginning of January the 5th, I actually hand in my 2 remaining assignments for this half year, and then I have the whole of January off, the rest of January. So there'll be a lot of content, a lot of streams in January. So if I don't do a lot in the next few weeks, then hopefully I'll make up for it in January. After we've all had our festive dinners and presents and everything like that, if you do celebrate the festive season. But anyway, let's get into today's topic. Now, today's topic is a pretty big one, and I don't know why I chose to do this topic when I'm pretty tired, but I just thought I'd do it because it's a useful one. It is tips for SoloQ, and it's just a very generic, and I'm going to be talking for maybe 10 minutes of just some generic tips that I've kind of developed in my own head and, you know, expressed really in Unranked to Diamond. But I thought I'd just make one video, and I might make a more professional video. You know, I do want to do my updated how I got Diamond video, and these type of tips would be in that video. But I'm just going to test the waters and see what you guys think about these tips to begin with. And again, I'm kind of just thinking in my own head. I don't have any notes to go off right now, which I never do. But yeah, the first one is we're going to go into is stereotypes. So yeah, the tips I'm going to give are not very conventional. You may have never heard about them before, and that's the whole point. I don't want to just give you a random tip like don't rage. That's just obvious. I want to give you some tips that you've maybe never heard before. So stereotypes to me is actually a very powerful tool in League of Legends. So a stereotype, if you don't know what it is, it's an idea behind a champion, a way to play a champion that people have in their head before the game even starts. Biggest example is if I see a Riven, I will think that Riven is a Rager. Now that is not 100% the case, but a lot of the time it is. So if I'm the jungler and there's a Riven on the enemy team, I may camp that Riven to try and get her to rage. Now I know I'm somebody that is completely against raging, and I'll never rage myself. I think it's moronic, but there are certain stereotypes of champions that you can probably predict that they're going to rage. These do include, and there's more of them, but Shaco, Riven, Master Yi, Tryndamere. And you'll see there's a pattern here emerging, that these type of champions are solo queue intensive champions that are very selfish in the way that they play. They're very much me, give me all the kills, I'll carry the game. And if they can't carry the game, they actually respond very negative and start raging, and therefore that may give you the win. So my first tip is look at the stereotypes and take them seriously in certain respects and abuse the stereotypes. So if there is one of these solo queue intensive champions, try to put that person on tilt and you'll find the game is a lot easier. Next tip I want to go into is, well, this one is kind of generic, but is don't be silly in terms of what you're picking. A lot of people, especially low-rated people, they just pick random champions that they've never played before, never researched before, and think, yeah, this will be fine. Don't do that, especially when a brand new champion comes out. The amount of people that I saw playing Elo Hell the first week that she got released, it was ridiculous. I myself are ranked about the 200th best Elo Hell now in the world. I didn't play her the first week that she came out. I just avoided her. I watched some streams of people playing it. I played it in a couple normal games. Then I went into ranked. I didn't play it straight away, even though I pick up champions fairly quickly. It would be a stupid idea to play something brand new in ranked straight away. Give it a bit of time, learn about the champion, and this isn't just for new champions. This could be for any champion that you do want to pick up. Just give it some time, and then just go into ranked when you think you're ready with it. The next one is basically tilt, and I think I'm going to do a separate video about tilt, a whole league discussion potentially about it. But tilting is something that every player has to deal with, and everybody tilts differently. Somebody could tilt in the fact that they just die a lot more, that they miss skill shots a lot more, that they can't last hit. For me, I can't think clearly when I tilt. I can still do mechanically good things when I'm tilted, but I'll just go for plays that is really stupid and a really bad idea, and it just won't work. So realize what you do when you are tilted and stop playing when you're tilted. So many people in League of Legends continue playing when you're tilted. A good example is myself. The recent Unranked to Diamond episodes, we had the Anivia game, and then straight after I decided it was a good idea to record the Gnar game. I was already tilted from the Anivia game, and then I played terribly in the Gnar game because I was tilted. I should have stopped playing after that Anivia game, but I continued for whatever reason. So the next one is kind of like a double meaning type thing. It's going to be kind of contradictory as well. It's play as a team, but look after yourself the most. And what I mean by this, like the champions that I mentioned earlier about Stereotypes, Riven, Shaco, Master Yi, these type of champions, they only look after themselves. They don't really care about the team. You want to have a compromise. Like if you think that you deserve to be higher rated, play a champion that you believe you can carry on, but also has a team aspect. Examples being Gnar, Renekton, Orianna. All these champions, for example, can do very well individually, and they will do very well individually, but also give a lot to a team. Also, that if you're fed, you can go into a team fight and help your team win the game. Split pushing, in my opinion, is probably the worst way to go up in rating consistently. It will work occasionally, but if you want to consistently go up in rating, it's playing a team-focused game, champion, all this type of thing, to get fed individually. And a good example is the recent Mundo game that I did. I completely stomped that Udyr, and then I was a nightmare to deal in team fights. They just couldn't kill me. That's a good way to do it. Just become a monster in lane and just be hard to deal with. Do 1 million damage in a team fight. Don't be killed as a Mundo or something as a frontline, and that will definitely help as well. Again, the next one is fairly generic, but again, I just wanted to mention it, is realize when you should be playing. I don't mean tilting here. I mean your mentality. I mean how tired you are, how hungry you are, how much you've got going around in your head. And I know a lot of people use League of Legends as their stress relief. Probably not the best thing as a stress relief, honestly, because this game is fairly stressful. But if you've got a lot of your mind about homework, actual work, you've got a deadline to meet, you're starving, you're really hungry, but you can't be bothered to get food, whatever it may be, playing ranked specifically is probably not the best idea. You're already distracted going into the game, and then you're putting your rating and other people's rating on the line. Probably not a great idea. And then furthering that point is actually care about other people. Now I know for some of you this may be a bit of a weird concept, but you should care about your fellow gamer. You should care about the people that you're in SoloQ with. Even if they don't care about you, you should care about them, because that's just being a nice person. And I always find, and again, this is a bit of a stereotype, nicer people tend to go higher rating quicker. You still get rages in Diamond all the time, but I would wager if them raging, if they stop raging and turn to being nice people, they actually probably would continue going up. Instead of being stuck in mid-Diamond, they'd be like Diamond 1 again. That's the type of thing I mean, is, be a nice person, don't be a, whatever you want to call them, and you'll probably find yourself a bit higher in rating. And, don't be the person that is going to say, oh, I'm AFKing because you're being mean or anything like that. Yes, people flaming sucks, but let's be honest, you're signing up to the internet. You're an online video game. Abuse is going to happen. And even though I hate abuse, I just mute it and continue. That's the best thing you can do. So the next thing I want to talk about is the whole premise around Elo Hell. I have done several videos about it as in the past, and there will be, this is probably the most controversial thing I'm bringing up today's video, but if you are believing in Elo Hell, I'm afraid you're just a very gullible person. The whole premise around Elo Hell is basically for YouTubers and streamers in order to get more views. It's not an actual thing that exists. It's for YouTubers to go on their video, get out of Elo Hell, and that video will get more views because there are very gullible, low-rating people that click on that video and think they can learn the secrets to just become diamond suddenly. It doesn't exist. Elo Hell is something that people try to blame other than themselves. If you are a low-rated player, the only person you can blame is yourself. Yes, you're going to have bad teammates. I still have bad teammates in Diamond. That just is going to happen. But if you want to get out of the rating you're currently in, suck up your pride, realize you're bad, try to improve, and go up yourself. That is basically what you're going to have to do. And if you're hiding behind the whole Elo Hell thing, honestly, I don't have any time for you because it's just a pointless thing that is just for clickbait for YouTubers. Now, the final one I want to talk about is actually one I covered recently in a league discussion, and that is set realistic goals. I cannot stress this point enough. Setting goals to me is something definitely that everybody should do, and again, you should set yourself a realistic goal. So if you're, say, silver 3 right now, don't set yourself to be gold, say you're going to be silver 2. So you went silver 3 to silver 2, you feel good about yourself because you achieved a goal, then you go silver 2 to silver 1, you've achieved another goal, and then you get to gold. Small little goals will give you a morale boost, and therefore you might be able to play a little bit better on your way to gold. Set small goals rather than big goals, and be realistic. I have met several people and talk to several people who are currently in bronze and think they're going to be in LCS. And they honestly believe that they're good enough to be in LCS or they're good enough to be diamond. These people are just delusional. Like, completely delusional. I would call it to them to their face because they are. You've got to be realistic in anything in life, but especially when it comes to solo queue. Again, like I said in the last point, just be kind of true to yourself, and most people in this game are pretty bad. The average rating in this game is something like silver 4. That is a pretty bad standard to play, so it doesn't matter if you're lower than silver 4 or a little bit higher when everybody in this game doesn't play the game amazingly well, because this game requires a lot of time investment in order to get good, and not everybody has that, obviously. So just kind of admit that you're bad, I'd say, is step 1 in order to get better. I did it. A lot of people say, how did you go from silver in Season 2 to Diamond 1 in Season 3? I said to myself, I'm terrible at this game, let's restart from the ground up, and I learned everything that I needed to know in order to get Diamond 1. That's what I did. And it worked, obviously. Been Diamond for the past 3, 4 years now. Played in tournaments, won tournaments, and that's all from me realizing that I was bad and just kind of opened myself up like a book and encouraged people to teach me the game. And I watched YouTubers, I watched streamers back then, and it worked. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, that's going to be for today's video. Again, I apologize if this wasn't the best quality video. I'm shattered right now. And I've still got more university work to do. So, yeah, bear with me for the moment. And I will try to get another Unranked to Diamond video, or a couple Unranked to Diamond videos done this week. But we'll see. You have to kind of play it by ear when you're really busy like I am. So, yeah, hopefully you're all having a good festive season. Good luck in exams or anything like that if you've got any coming up. And that'll be it. So like the video if you like it. It really does let me know in order to keep doing all this, and it does help grow the channel. Subscribe if you haven't. We just hit the big 50,000 milestone, but we're on our way to 100,000. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya.